Hello, this is Robert Guillaume. Thank you for joining me on Your Money, Manage It. I will be discussing principles that will empower you to manage your finances made easy. Today, I thought we would discuss just a few helpful tips that might help you in your financial management, in your financial position on a daily basis or weekly, monthly, whatever it might be. So here are just a few simple and easy, helpful tips that I want to share when managing your personal finances. Let's start with saying, try living not only within your means, as we discussed in earlier podcasts, but try actually living on less. Wow, that's a novelty, isn't it? Especially in a society where it's spend, and debt. But not just living within your financial means, but actually try living on a little bit less. You know, do you ever realize you don't have to spend every dime you earn? What a novelty. You don't have to do that. You can actually save some money. Try to not live paycheck to paycheck. You know, examine your current situation financially and just sort of know how much you are spending on things and stuff. How much are you spending every month on your cell phone? How much are you spending every month on clothing items? How much are you spending every month eating out? Those scenarios. You know, rising inflation, as we see today in our economy in America, will continue to eat more and more out of every dollar you earn. So, my point is, simply earning more doesn't mean you're going to necessarily live better. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. For many people, getting a pay raise just simply becomes an opportunity to spend more. And really, that's not good financial management. What happens is people tend to then run out and get the latest and greatest cell phone that costs several $100s more than what their old one did. Or they buy a new car. All of those latest and greatest. More money does not always equate to a better financial position or financial happiness. Millions of well-to-do Americans are simply not happy with life. That sounds strange, and I know if you're like I am, I'd like to say, well, I'll try it. but millions of very well-to-do Americans are not necessarily happier in life. More money is not necessarily the answer to your happiness. You need to have a plan. So, as I've reiterated many times before, financially plan your personal finances. Begin with a budget. A budget will give you financial control and financial freedom. Having a budget will lessen stress and financial confusion. Here's some advice. You might start with a monthly budget. Now, the reason I say a monthly budget is because most of your bills come monthly. So start with a monthly budget. Then begin putting your budget together before the first of the month. Put your budget together earlier than when you're going to activate that budget. List all of your income. List all of your expenses. Subtract the expenses from income and find out exactly where you stand financially. Well, look at where your money is actually going and what you are spending your money on. Be patient. That's a key factor. Be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day. And so be patient when you're managing your finances and trying to improve your financial situation. It might take a little time. It took you time to get in a tough position financially, and it may take you a little time to get out of that position. So don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. But do make an effort to do a key factor. Get out of debt, especially credit card debt. And I just say this in sharing it. If you have debt that you need to eradicate, for some people, a second income may not be impossible. Another part-time job, a second part-time, little part-time job, just to help make ends meet till you get finances straightened away. Now, let's talk about raising your credit rating. First, it's essential that you know your credit score. So take time, contact the companies, find your credit score. And do not fall for scams that say that they can raise your credit rating instantly by you borrowing $250 or whatever. No, don't fall for those scams. Pay bills on time. Use only a credit card that you can pay the full amount of that credit card bill when it comes. Here's a piece of advice on raising your credit rating. Don't close out credit card accounts. That will actually go against your credit rating. And especially if you're trying to improve your credit rating, don't open new accounts. That's just a liability that's going to show up on your credit rating. So plan for success. Do all the little things that we have discussed in prior podcasts to plan for success. Now, on this short podcast of these few tips I have here, I'm going to close with this. Managing your personal finances, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of little tentacles to the octopus, but it's not complicated. It's not nuclear physics. It's not that complicated. Our American society encourages us to spend, and spend beyond our financial means. Our society today does not care if you are in enormous debt because someone who has placed you in that position is making profits. It's plain and simple. So be aware. Live within your means. Try to live less than within your means. Have a good foundational budget. And, here's a little closing piece of advice. Like an NFL football team, to win, you need to have a plan. So my advice is put all the pieces in place to have a financial plan for your life personally. And on that, I close by saying, have a great day and thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me on Your Money, Manage It. My book, How to Manage Personal Finances Made Easy and Avoiding the College Debt Trap, can be found on Amazon and the bookshop. I will also include the link in the description of this episode. Find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and join me again next Monday. Thank you for listening.